Hi, these comments are for MM, and I am Michael from OTC Online TOEFLcourse.com. And how's it going? And I'm getting ready to listen to your speaking practice test. So I have the rubrics right here. Let me see if I can find your email here. Okay, so you say, hello, Mr. Buckhoff. Could you please listen to, evaluate, and grade my response? The task, the ability to read and write is more important these days than in the past. Do you agree or disagree with that? Okay, here we go. Let's see how you did on this practice test.
I believe that reading and writing is crucial nowadays. First, to improve our communication skill, since these days using the modern technology in every field is mandatory. So, it's become easier for people to connect using the phone, for example, regardless of their location. Secondly, to have a better opportunity in finding a job, you should be able to read and write. For example, in the past, people used to work as in the agriculture and industry, where they can learn from each other by observing. However, nowadays, watching YouTube, attending some online courses is very important to improve our. I believe that reading and writing is crucial.
Yeah, but what does watching the YouTube videos and all that have to do with anything, right? I mean, if we go back to the task, it says the ability to read and write is more important these days than in the past. So what do you do with this? This is a really tough question. So the only thing I would do is say I agree with this statement, and then say reading is important because, and then give a reason plus an example to illustrate that point. And then say, in addition, similar to reading, writing is also important these days. And then give an example or reason plus an example to illustrate that. And that's probably all you're going to have time to do here. That would be the strategy. So I agree that reading and writing are more important these days than in the past. First of all, reading is important because blah, blah, blah. Give an example. Second of all, writing is also important because blah, blah, blah. Then illustrate that through one or two examples. And there you go. So, yeah, I don't know about this one. I'm going to say 2.5 to 3. I'm going to say maybe 17 to 18 points out of 30 on this practice test. Let's listen to it one more time.
Nowadays. First, to improve, I believe that reading and writing is crucial nowadays. First, to improve our communication skill, since these days using the modern technology in every field is mandatory.
Why are we talking about improving our communication skills? You're talking about why reading and why writing is important. You see what I'm saying? So you kind of, if we're trying to get to Las Vegas, you're in San Diego, right? I don't see you going in the right direction here. That's what worries me about this. So this is kind of a topic development.
So, it's become easier for people to connect using the phone, for example.
So it's easier for people to connect using the phone. But how does that relate to why reading and writing are more important nowadays? Right?
Regardless of their location. Secondly, to have a better opportunity in finding a job, you should be able to read and write. For example,
There, finally. But it's taking you 28 seconds to nail down the question. At this point, who's going to listen to you anyway? You're off the topic, you get on the topic, but it takes you 28 seconds to get on the topic. Now you only have about 20 more seconds to really focus around it. You're not going to have enough time.
in the past, people used to work as in the agriculture and industry, where they can learn from each other
How about where they could learn, blah, 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 not can?
by observing. However, nowadays, watching YouTube, attending some online courses is very important to improve our. I believe.
And what does YouTube have to do with anything? Right? You're the one who sent me the question, right? So I'm going lower than that. I'm going to say you're 2. I'm going to say 2.0 out of 4, 15 points out of 30. So when I look at the rubric, I'm going to go right to the topic development area. Let me see here. What does it say here? Too, it says, let me make this a little bit bigger. This is my worry. You definitely had some language use issues, but in the 2 area, yeah, connection of ideas may be unclear. Yes, right? Mostly basic ideas are expressed with limited elaboration. I don't know. This could get in the 1 range. The 1 says limited relevant content is expressed. The response generally lacks substance beyond expression. I don't know. I'm going to say 1.5 to 2. Good grief. I hate to give you this score. I'm going to say maybe 12 to 14 points on this. So when it comes down to it, at 28 seconds, you started to kind of talk about the topic somewhat, but then you kind of got off the topic again. So most of what you said did not directly relate to the speaking prompt that you sent me in the email, right? So that's why I'm giving you the score that I am. Now, what I want you to do is go over to, I want you to go over to my online course, right? The 7-step system. Go to the speaking area, and I want you to go through the TOEFL Independent Speaking Strategies lesson where you can get some general ideas on how you can organize these kinds of responses. Now, number 2, I want you to go to speaking lesson number 6. This is also a really good lesson for you right now to help keep you on track, to keep you focused. Alrighty? And thank you for doing this practice test. And everybody at YouTube, remember, you must directly address the speaking task or the TOEFL is going to eat you for dinner. You remember my analogy? If you're supposed to go to Las Vegas, don't go south to San Diego. Whatever the task is, you have to stay on the task and develop that task. And thank you for watching the video. And if you guys can do 3 things: A, subscribe to my YouTube channel. B, like the video. And C, can you post this somewhere in social media? Show people. If other people watch this video, they're going to say, yeah, that's exactly right. I need to focus my response around the requirements of the task. This is also true for TOEFL writing. And for more information, everybody, you can do what everybody else is doing right now. Go over to bettertoeflscores.com for more information. All right, thank you.